Let me ask you something. What do you think is the saddest way a person can spend their life? Is it failing? Is it never making any money? Is it ending up alone? Or maybe never achieving the things they dreamed about? Most people would probably pick one of those. And honestly, I used to think the same. But the older I get, the more I realize that the saddest way to spend your life isn't failing at all. Because at least when you fail, you were trying to do something that mattered to you. I think the saddest way to spend your life is spending years climbing a mountain only to realize it was never your mountain to climb. And the scary part is it doesn't happen all at once. Nobody wakes up one morning and decides to live someone else's life. It happens slowly. So slowly that you don't even notice it. You start chasing things because everyone around you is chasing them. A certain career, a certain lifestyle, a certain version of success. And before you know it, you stop asking yourself a very simple question. Do I actually want this? Not what your friends want, not what your parents want, not what social media says you should want. What do you want? And that's a surprisingly difficult question to answer because most of us spend years being told what success looks like. Good grades, good job, more money, bigger house, more status. And look, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. Money isn't bad. Ambition isn't bad. Working hard isn't bad. The problem starts when you're chasing something without ever stopping to ask why. And that's where a lot of people find themselves. Not lost because they failed. Lost because they've been successful at the wrong thing. And maybe that's why so many people feel stuck. Not because they're lazy, not because they're incapable, but because deep down, they're building a life they never chose. A life that looked good on paper, a life that made sense to everyone else, but never quite felt right to them. And if that's where you are right now, I don't think that's something to be ashamed of. Honestly, I think almost everyone goes through it at some point. The important part is what you do next, because one day turns into 1 year. 1 year turns into 10, and suddenly the thing you were only doing for now becomes your entire life. So maybe ask yourself a simple question. If nobody else's opinion mattered, what would you spend your time doing? What would you learn? What would you build? Who would you become? You don't need to quit everything tomorrow. You don't need to have your entire future figured out. But maybe it's time to stop walking blindly toward a destination you never chose. Maybe it's time to choose your own direction. Because at the end of the day, the saddest way to spend your life isn't failing. It's waking up years later and realizing you spent it becoming someone you never wanted to be. Don't let that happen.